Where's all my coffee fans at? I've got a new recipe for you that's perfect so that you can have your coffee and eat it too. I'll show you how, so stick around. Aloha mai kako, my name is Relle and welcome to my kitchen where I like to share all my favorite Hawaiian and local recipes. Rolling with the cookie season theme, we're going to be making another cookie recipe today, coffee cookies. And of course, Hawaii is famous for Kona coffee, which I'd like to mahalo my sponsor, Foodland Hawaii. We'll be using Maika'i 100% Kona coffee, freeze-dried instant coffee. You can find this in the coffee section at your local Foodland. Super awesome. It's instant, so you just mix it and it's super great. So coffee, popular in Hawaii, and especially Kona coffee. But we'll talk about that a little bit more. Let's get started on the recipe. We're gonna start with some brown sugar. Brown sugar has like molasses flavor in it, and compared to the white, I like to do a mixture of the two. The instructions and ingredients will be listed in the description box below if you need it, so check that out. I also have a blog post about it. You can read about it if you'd like. And then some unsalted butter. If you only have salted butter, then you would just omit the added butter that we'll do in the next step. You wanna make sure that it's softened. You can use a stand mixer or a hand mixer, and we'll wanna mix this together. And the issue with these like shallow, wider bowls is that it doesn't come together so quickly all the time. So for cookies, you know, you just want to kind of get it incorporated. If you're doing cakes and things like that, you really want to whip it together so that the sugar really cuts into the butter and gives you that like soft texture. And then an egg, some vanilla extract. I have a recipe for homemade vanilla extract. You can click up here in the link or in the description box below if you want to make it yourself. Of course, you can always buy vanilla extract. Get the good stuff. Alrighty, so that's that. We'll set this aside. Oh, by the way, you're gonna wanna preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now for the dry ingredients. Some all-purpose flour, some salt. Remember I said if you have salted butter, don't add the extra salt. We'll put that in here along with some baking soda. Baking soda helps the cookies to rise. We'll give it a little mix. And now for the coffee part of this. So this one is freeze-dried instant coffee. You can, I guess, use ground coffee, but it doesn't dissolve and break down as much as these do. So you could brew the coffee, I guess, if you really wanted to. I'll show you. It looks like, they look big compared to the ground coffee, but it's freeze-dried, so it really just breaks down super easy. Are you a coffee fan? I really like the smell of coffee. But drinking straight coffee, not my favorite. It reminds me of my grandma's house as a kid. She had the coffee can, the red one. I don't know if you remember which one, but she had one of those always next to her coffee pot. And it was always something, her house just smelled like that all the time. It was great. Okay, we're gonna add that in and mix it up. You can add in chocolate chips or nuts if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna make it a plain base for this time around. You're gonna take the dry ingredients and you're gonna add it to the wet and then mix. I don't want it to go all over the place, so I'm gonna start it a little. Now, you don't want to overmix cookies. Overmixing causes gluten to form. Gluten will make it tough and chewy. You're gonna need not a 9 by 13. This is a cookie sheet, and I like to use these Silpats or silicone mats. You can use parchment paper if you want. The Silpat gives it the bottom not as crispy crunchy, because the edges kind of get it. And then a cookie scoop. I'll link all the ones that I have in the description box below, and you can check that out. And so the great thing about this one is you don't need to chill the dough. You can just go straight from here. So make sure you give them a little bit of space to spread out. And once you fill up one sheet, you can move to the next. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I've got some new merch out. So this is a hoodie. I've got a shirt and some other kitchen things like pot holder, cutting board, and a tea towel. So if you want to check it out, you can click on the link in the description box below and it'll take you to the store and you can get what you want. Do note that these are made to order, so shipping can take 1 to 2 weeks for it to get to you. Scrape the bowl because you want all that goodness. These will go in the oven for about 15 minutes, so let's get that in there. If you have 2 trays, you'll want to make sure you rotate them halfway through. Now let's talk coffee. Foodland has various coffees, but for cookies and baking, the instant one works great. Kona coffee is very popular here in Hawaii, and it comes from the elevation, the rich volcanic soil, and the cloud cover that develops when they grow it. So it makes delicious. And this one is grown right here in Hawaii. So check this out. Stop by your local Foodland, get yourself some, bake with it, drink it. You can even cook with it. You can crust your meat before you sear it and stuff. I have a recipe for that. You can check out the link here. We'll be right back when the cookies are done. You know what's the hardest thing is the smell is so yummy in here and waiting for it to be done. And of course, when you pull it out of the oven, you have to wait a little bit to let it cool. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a lovely sound. These ones are hot. All right, this is what the cookies look like. If you like your cookies a little more rounded and more soft and chewy, you can chill the dough first and it won't spread as much, but these ones are perfect. The edges are crispy, the inside is soft and chewy, and that's how you make coffee cookies. If you like this cookie recipe and you wanna see more, then check out this playlist here, and until next time, ahui ho.
Thank you for watching my mom